Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another week of the Pokemon Stadium 2 Draft League. We've got some good battles scheduled for today. This will be the last week of double headers for this season. After this, the remainder of the regular season weeks will be one matchup per team. And then in the playoffs, there will be two games, but it'll be two games against the same team back-to-back as opposed to two different teams. So that'll be a little different in its own right. But yeah, I'll get going here in just a moment. First off, we have some news. The Quinwood Quillfish, my team, have cut Vileplume and added Macargo. Unfortunately, I did so late enough I couldn't use Macargo this week, which is a real shame because the team I'm going against has a lot of fire types on their roster, and Macargo would have been perfect for this battle, but that's alright. I look forward to using Macargo in future battles. It's might be a little bit of a sleeper. It's not going to be my MVP by any means, but I think it'll win some matchups people aren't expecting it to win. Also, if I seem a little slow today or my decision-making seems a little off, I did have to go to the ER this past week. Basically had an anxiety attack, had all the symptoms of a heart attack, lucked out, and it was just an anxiety attack. But if I seem a little off or a little slow, that's why. I'm trying to take it easy, not do too much at once. I've been ordered to rest. Very hard to rest, especially when you are ordered to rest, as opposed to you choosing to rest. But I'm going to do the best I can this weekend anyway, but just a disclaimer if things seem a little bit off. Alright, without further ado, I'm going to get things set up for our first match of the day, and I'll see you then. Alright, here we are, first matchup of the day. We've got the Squirtle Squad and the Quinwood Quillfish. Big match for both teams. The Quillfish currently in a three-way tie for first, while technically not first due to tiebreaker, but record-wise, three-way tie for first. Whereas the Squirtle Squad are within striking distance of getting in the playoff race. So an important match for both teams. Alright, let's see. Make sure everything's recording correctly. Absolutely. I don't know why my computer only struggles with this game. You guys have seen that watch my other videos. I have many other games I do videos for on this channel, and in the last year or two, it's only this one. NFL Blitz had a little bit of an audio issue, but I ended up fixing that. This is the only one that seems to stutter and have problems, which is strange because NFL Blitz was also on the Nintendo 64, so it can't be the Nintendo 64's fault if one game's working and one game isn't. And you wouldn't think it's the Elgato or the OBS if other games are working, but who knows. Alright. Let's see. I'm going to lead Quillfish, because except for Raichu, Quillfish can at least put up a fight against everything. And if they do lead Raichu, I just put Diglett in. So we're going to lead Quillfish and see how it goes.
This free battle is about to get underway. A hot battle involving the hopeful champs of tomorrow has started.
Good old Azalea Gym. Alright, Quinn. I almost said the Quinwood is up. Quillfish is up. Minimize first. We're going to get at least one minimize, if not two. Depends on how much damage this does. We weren't burned and it wasn't a crit, so I might go for two.
It raised its evasiveness.
I think I am in fact going to go for two.
That didn't do much.
Alright. Alright, 3 times evasiveness. I know how this game works. They're not going to miss a single shot on me, I guarantee it. Hydro Pump. In fact, if anything, I'll be the one to miss here.
What the? Oh, it got burned.
It got the burn, and it didn't miss yet. Sounds about right.
There's the attack. Drill the weak.
Alright, at least it didn't make us miss the Hydro Pump. I don't think Sludge Bomb is enough to take it out now, though. So that's worrisome. We're going to have to hope for a miss. Come on, we got 3 times the evasiveness.
Right, that's a hit.
Not a single miss.
Go.
The game cheats in its favor. 3 times evasiveness, not a single miss.
Battle now
Alright, I see how it is, game. Let's see here. Well, as far as fighting Venusaur goes, we have Clefable and Girafarig. So I think I'm going to go Clefable here. Because worst comes to worst, if they take out... If Charizard does do a lot of damage to Clefable, we still have Girafarig for later. I'm just going to go Ice Punch. It's neutral. Maybe we freeze it. Who knows?
That did little damage. What to do? The hit glanced right off.
Alright, one more. We'll take it out.
Pokemon is still capable of going on, but the other
Charizard's kind of the biggest threat on this team.
there's the attack.
From what they brought, that is. Now, that's assuming there's no crits, etc.
Ice Punch. That's it.
Alright, Charizard goes down. Really disappointed that Quillfish, like, we had 3 times evasiveness and we didn't force a single miss.
Pokemon.
I know it's a newer game, but in Scarlet and Violet, the opponent would have missed at least twice. But oh well. Let's see, we got Blastoise. I'd like to get Mischievous in against it, but I don't want to, yeah, I don't want Mischievous to get hit hard by this thing right away. Let's go Headbutt. I don't think we're going to be faster. Yeah, we aren't faster. Okay. Miss?
How's that? Great hit.
Yeah, I shouldn't have expected it to miss.
What now? A light hit.
Alright, well, at least we got some damage on it.
Speed difference.
Ice Punch on the off chance we get to attack again. Maybe we freeze it. You're going to use Hydro Pump when I have 22. Okay. And it missed 2 on top of that. Watch us get the freeze.
It's not very
Oh, that would have been like the perfect comeuppance if we got the freeze after it missed Hydro Pump. So let's see. It used 1 Hydro Pump already and hit us. So that's 2 Hydro Pumps down the drain already. Headbutt it again. Sure. I doubt it's going to miss 2 in a row.
What's that? Yes, it's a hit.
Alright, Blastoise takes out Clefable.
Knockout.
It's alright, Clefable. You did a good job.
The next Pokemon needs to be prepared.
Mischievous.
Pokemon has been chosen. Oh, it's Mystery Bus.
If it wasn't for the fact that this team has Venusaur, I would have sent Girafarig out.
Folding.
Thunder, we'll probably miss it, but Thunder.
There's the shot. No, that didn't connect.
Come on, game. Like, they didn't miss a single attack when I had 2 minimize up, but you're going to have me miss my opening Thunder, huh?
They're both hanging tough.
Thunder again.
A furious attack. Oh my, missed again.
I mean, really?
There it goes.
The only positive is that that's 4 Hydro Pumps. So they're almost out of usable Hydro Pumps, but this is ridiculous that they won't let me hit the daggone thing. Alright, Pain Split, so we can try to survive this last Hydro Pump, maybe. Okay, it's just going right for Mud Slap.
A light pass. Accuracy is down.
I don't know if it's got another Hydro Pump or not. We're gonna go one more Thunder. If it goes Mud Slap again, we'll retreat so we can get our accuracy back.
Here it comes. Thunder.
Oh, we land this one, of course. We couldn't hit at normal accuracy, but we hit after we've been beat up and our accuracy's lowered.
That failed.
Oh, this game in a nutshell. Okay. At least Pain Split doesn't need accuracy. This kind of sucks, though, because you're faster than us.
White hot battle continues.
It's going to come down to if we survive a Fire Blast or not. I don't like that it comes down to that.
They're ready to go.
Come on, miss! Throw me a bone!
That's it.
Alright, game, I see how it is. It's one of those weeks you have a vendetta against me. Alright.
The next
Well,
Pokemon needs to
this
be
game
prepared.
definitely has us on the ropes.
What will be next?
We can do this, though, but man, the game has burned Quillfish. Didn't miss on minimize.
The heated action continues.
We never got a freeze on Ice Punch. We missed 2 of our 3 Thunders. I see what's happening here. All right, Earthquake Diglett. We should be able to survive 1 Fire Blast, I think.
There's the attack. Bam! That worked perfectly.
I hate having to use Diglett before Raichu's out there, but my hand has been forced.
That's some major damage.
Yeah, you couldn't have missed, game. You couldn't have missed.
Battle is
All right, you're definitely going to go for Quick Attack here. This does make things tough for Raichu, though. Like, I'm in trouble. Losing Mischievous hurt a lot here. We might lose the game just because we lost Mischievous.
They're eyeing each other warily.
Trying to look at what's left here. You know what? I am going to save Diglett because it does outspeed a couple things left, and there's a chance that maybe we could at least go for Fissure or something like that. I'm going to put Primeape in and hope for the best here.
For battle. This Pokemon is
Girafarig could still potentially save us with some Stomp shenanigans. And like I said, Diglett may contribute if we land a Fissure later. But it's going to go Quick Attack here. Yep.
What's this?
Alright, so Diglett's saved for now. I'm going to need you to hit Primeape. I don't care
How will this newly
how you hit it, but you're going to have to hit it. Which is why we're going to go Thrash, because we need a guaranteed hit here.
a sharp attack? Hit! That was good. It's crashing. Yes.
Alright, Ninetales is gone.
Down it goes.
Man, though, I mean, we really got put in bad shape because of Mischievous getting screwed over. Missing 2 Thunders at normal accuracy, while they didn't miss at all when Quillfish was under minimize. And then we hit the Thunder that had, like, no accuracy. Alright, Thrash again. At least get some damage on it before Girafarig goes out there.
Glanced right off. There, Giga Drain. Critical hit.
Alright, the game got a critical hit to make sure that it lowers our chances of winning as much as it can. Just goes to show, even if you have a perfect lineup, the game can find a way to try and screw you over.
Next Pokemon.
Raichu has Quick Attacks. Diglett now loses that matchup. I'm going to put Diglett in and try to Fissure the Venusaur.
This Pokemon is back for another go. Oh, it's already taken considerable damage. This is worrisome.
Actually, Earthquake might be better. Get some guaranteed damage. It's not going to get a whole lot from Giga Drain on us. You know, I've talked myself into it. Earthquake. Fissure would help if we get the knockout, but if we don't get it to work, we're in even bigger trouble.
Whoa! Yes, this
All right.
is it.
Nice job, Diglett. You did your job, buddy. It's not your fault that the game is
Strength left.
having the shenanigans that it's having.
Just one Pokemon remains. Oh, it's Girafarig.
All right, Girafarig. I know you can bring us back, buddy.
It's down to one Pokemon against 3. Will the battle continue at this pace?
Psybeam. I wanted to go Agility, but I know it's just going to Giga Drain. We need to get damage on this thing.
Heavy hit.
Critical hit. Glad I went for the damage.
Oh, it collapsed. That tail will bring out a new Pokemon. Oh, it's Raichu. One Pokemon faces 2 now. Now the real battle begins.
I didn't give Venusaur credit for its second knockout. My bad. All right, now this is where it's a bit more of a problem. If we can get by Raichu, we have a chance. I need Thunder to miss, and we need to Agility.
Hit. That was good.
Of course, it lands the very first one. I guarantee you the game is not going to miss Thunder. Like, it is not going to miss, and we are going to lose because the game has decided it will not miss. We need like 2 flinches. All right, or miss. Come on. Well, I think anyone that watched this battle can see that it wasn't necessarily me that lost this. The game decided it was going to land all of its attacks while we were under minimize. The game decided that we were going to miss our thunders and it was going to hit its thunders. The game got burns. We didn't get freezes or anything like that in our favor. We didn't get any flinches. Sometimes it goes that way. It's unfortunate because I think I played the battle pretty well and had a pretty well prepared team. But all it takes is the game deciding sometimes that something's going to go a certain way, and it does. Nonetheless, though, that's why we play the game instead of going by what's on paper. Congratulations to the Squirtle Squad for getting a win and giving yourself a shot to get back in the playoff mix. In fact, speaking of the Squirtle Squad, they'll be in the next game too. So I'll be right back with that second matchup here in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back with the second battle of the day. We've got the Squirtle Squad and Smooch 'em or Lose 'em. Both teams very much in the playoff mix. In fact, right now, Smooch 'em or Lose 'em, technically a half game ahead for the number 4 seed. So this is a big one for both of these as well, especially with Squirtle Squad coming off a victory in their first game today, where they couldn't miss anything if they tried. They missed, I think, a singular Hydro Pump. Yeah. I guarantee it won't give me that kind of luck with me being in charge. All right, let's see. What are we going to start with here? Rapidash is a pretty safe play. Let's go Rapidash.
This free battle is about to get underway. A hot battle involving the hopeful champs of tomorrow has just started.
All right, for Electro, it's not really worth trying to stomp because it's going to outspeed us. Let's just go Toxic. Since it does outspeed us, we could try to wear it down at least. And not only does it hit the first Thunder, it gets paralysis on the first Thunder. All right, at least the game was gracious enough to let us land the Toxic. We're going to go Fire Spin, even though it's likely going to take us out here.
Here it comes, Thunder! Yes, it's a hit!
2 for 2 on Thunder. I think this game forgets that Thunder is supposed to be a 70% accurate move. It seems like it hits a lot more often than that, except for when I'm in charge.
The next Pokémon.
Raichu.
What will be next?
They don't really have anything weak to electric, so we're just going to go electric versus electric here.
They're both hanging tough. What's next? No, that didn't.
Hey, they finally missed one. That would have been nice, you know, in the last game.
What now? Oh, that's a miss.
But of course, it doesn't let me land mine.
Both competitor. How's that? Oh my, missed again.
Oh my gosh, 2 in a row?
What's this? That didn't accomplish much.
You mean we hit it?
It's a fierce battle.
All right, another paralysis already. Thank goodness it's poisoned.
What'll it do? Oh, that was weak.
All right, we are rocking quick attack if we are not fully paralyzed here. All right, is Raichu going to take out Electrode?
There, quick attack. That's it.
All right, Electrode goes down.
Down it goes. This Pokemon will join the battle now. Oh, it's Beedrill. A hot battle is
All right, B-Drill. Thunder Wave you.
face each other.
Because there's no guarantee the game's going to let me land in our Thunder.
There's the attack. Hit. That inflicted some damage. It used Thunder Wave.
All right, Thunder Wave. It lands. Okay.
The white hot
Thunder.
battle continues. A sharp attack. Great hit.
All right, all right.
It's gripped by paralysis.
Okay, paralysis helping out there.
They're both hanging tough.
Thunder again.
There's the shot. Oh, that's a miss.
All right, sounds about right.
Watch bomb away.
And B-Drill,
There it is.
I can't talk. B-Drill takes out Raichu.
What Pokemon will appear next?
Well, it's already slowed down. Let's just go Scyther and wing attack it.
Oh, it's Cypher.
And even if Arcanine comes in, wing attack's neutral, so
It's a fierce battle.
I'm gonna take this opportunity actually to focus energy. Try to get our crit rate up.
It's getting primed for action. Ah, it's
All right, it worked out. It worked out. Paid off.
heated action.
All right, wing attack.
Wing attack. Bullseye.
B-Drill goes down.
Go. So, what will be the next Pokemon? Oh, it's Jinx.
Interesting, since you don't like physical attacks. I mean, we are weak to Ice Punch. Gotta love that this game is freezing up again.
That's it.
All right, we hit it with a wing attack. That's all you miss. I don't know why the Elgato or the OBS or whatever the issue is. It does this every week with this game. It doesn't do this with any other game I record. And it's from the N64, just like NFL Blitz. I don't know why it does this. My computer usage is at 6%, so it's not like my computer's overloaded. So I don't know why. Maybe it's the HDMI adapter.
Other wearable.
That's the only thing. But then you would think that would have affected NFL Blitz. But yeah, you didn't miss anything. We did wing attack. It did ice punch. Just odd that it continues to do that pretty much weekly at this point.
Yes, it's a hit.
All right, Scyther takes out Jinx.
Going down.
If they put in Arcanine, it's going to extreme speed.
The appearance of the next Pokemon. Oh, it's Arcanine.
I might save Scyther because we can outspeed Pinsir.
There's a big HP difference between the two combatants.
Let's get Gyarados in there.
The trainer's switching Pokemon. Oh, it's Gyarados. There's the attack. Oh, it got burned.
Well, it's a good thing we don't have any good physical attacks on this thing.
Pokemon Switch have on the
At least for Gen 2 standards. Waterfall.
What's this? That was a glancing blow.
Interesting that they aren't switching out.
A sharp attack. It's super effective.
Is Gyarados actually going to be somewhat useful this week?
What'll it do? That did little damage.
All right, Arcanine with 1 health left. I think it might best Gyarados. We'll see.
Whoa, extreme speed. That's it.
Arcanine beats Gyarados.
Knockout.
Gyarados actually did a pretty good job, though, combating it.
Pokemon will join the battle.
If it wasn't for the burn, I think Gyarados would have got it, because that extra health would have helped it survive. Let's go Flareon, because we need to save Staryu so that Smoochum can't just blitz. Well, I guess Flareon's good against Smoochum, too, so it doesn't really matter. If we have quick... Well, it's going to use Extreme Speed. Well, Quick Attack anyway, in case for some reason it doesn't Extreme Speed. It is going to use Extreme Speed, though.
What's that? Hit. That one good. What's next? Yes, it's
All right, Arcanine goes down
down it
to Flareon. So Smoochum and Pinsir left.
to be prepared. Oh, it's Smoochum. The number of remaining Pokemon is 3 to 2.
Fire Blast.
There's the attack. That inflicted some damage.
We do not survive 2 of those, so we better land this Fire Blast.
Fire blast. Whoop, that missed.
Of course we didn't. That's how the game's being today.
How's that? Great hit.
I just try to get some damage on it before it takes us out here.
A psychic blast. Right, that's a hit. There it is. Knock.
Alright, we got Scyther. And we've got Staryu. It's gotta be Staryu.
Pokemon.
Because I don't know if Scyther can outspeed the Smoochum or not. Smoochum, while it is a baby, it is still kind of fast. I think Scyther is faster. But with its low health, I really don't want to take a chance. Let's go Hydro Pump. Whereas I know for sure that it outspeeds Pinsir.
No, that
Another miss. Come on, game.
there's the attack. Where it hurt.
Critical hit Psychic, of course.
No, think it just like that.
The game has decided it is going to win.
Come on. This Pokemon is rejoining the battle. It's down to the last Pokemon now. There it goes. That's it.
All right, Smoochum goes down. We have a chance. A very small chance. It's like 97% in favor of the computer.
Pokemon remains.
I think we need a crit to win this.
Oh, it's Pinsir. This is the last Pokemon. It's just
Funny how if we would have gotten
this
Staryu to knock out Smoochum, if they wouldn't have, if they wouldn't have crit us there, we probably would get to hit Pinsir once with Staryu before having to use Scyther at the end like this.
vicious attack. Bam! That worked perfectly.
Not enough. Pinsir's gonna win it.
Ow! White spring. Yes, it's a hit.
Oh, the computer, this is ugly this week. It has decided it's going to kick my butt. And that's what it's done in the first 2 battles. My Fire Blast and Thunders aren't allowed to hit. The opponents are. That's simple. All right, well, nonetheless, congratulations to Smoochum or Losem on the win. That ought to keep them in the playoff hunt no matter what happens in their second game. So congrats there. They'll actually be involved in our next game, so give me a moment, I'll be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back with our third matchup of the night. Smoochum or Losem and the Minnesota Suicune. I got to get a win here because the computer's been kicking my butt so far. Which is unusual. We've only had like 1 or 2 weeks all season that the computer has won more than I have. Suicune comes in with the longest win streak in the league. It's 7 in a row. Which, as weird as everything's been so far today, they'll probably lose. The way things are going. Let's see. Against this team... Yeah, this is actually going to be a kind of a hard one on paper to win. Ooh, this is not going to be an easy one. I'm going to start with Jinx. Yeah, because Electrode and Arcanine are going to be important. So we'll start with Jinx and kind of figure it out from there.
This free battle is about to get underway. A hot battle involving the hopeful champs of tomorrow has just started.
Okay, you are not who I wanted to go up against right off the bat here. Let's get Arcanine in there. Oh, they're going to switch too. This could be bad.
Pokémon switch. Oh, it's Sizzle.
Okay, this could be good.
The other trainer is also changing Pokémon.
I'm going to go Extreme Speed because I expect them to switch again.
Oh, it's Arcanine. How will this newly switched out Pokémon fare?
Yeah, there we go.
And yet another Pokémon switch.
Okay.
Oh, it's Kingdra.
Glad I went with Extreme Speed and not Flame Wheel.
What now? The hit glanced right off.
You're going to come at me with Waterfall.
Which have on the battle.
I don't really have anything really great to deal with Waterfall. I don't really need Pinsir in particular for anything this battle. It does have a fighting move for Miltank, but like, it's not a fighting type itself.
Pokeball.
Plus, Submission is not really, it's never really ever been a good fighting move, even in Gen 1 and 2.
Oh, it's Pinsir. There's the shot. A powerful
Of course he gets a critical hit. Of course the game does.
Pokemon.
Why wouldn't it?
The flow of battle.
That's just how it's been so far today.
What's next? A light hit.
Alright, that's alright, Pinsir. At least you got some damage on it, considering the circumstances.
Right, that's a hit. Oh, it has no strength left.
Alright, alright.
Only awaiting the appearance of the next
Let's get
Pokemon.
Electrode in there and paralyze it.
Oh, it's Electro. This is a clash of different Pokemon.
Okay, we don't have Thunder Wave, but we do have Thunder Wave. We could potentially paralyze it still.
A sharp attack. Great hit.
No paralysis, but a good hit.
What'll it do? That inflicted some damage. Sparks are
Can we land a second Thunder in a row, please?
Here it comes. Thunder. Whoops, that missed.
Of course not. That's my bad for assuming the game would throw us a bone.
Critical hit. Yes, it's going.
Like I've said all day today, the game has already decided before we started how this was going to go. We aren't allowed to hit, and it's going to get a critical hit every other
Pokemon
attack.
remaining on each side. This Pokemon is back.
Oh,
Let's go. One Pokemon is still capable of going up, but the other one
Ice
looks
Punch, even
like-
if it ends up being Typhlosion or something.
There, Ice Punch.
All right, Kingdra's gone at least.
Oh, knockout.
Boy, every fight so far today, I've had to dig out of a hole.
To be prepared. The Pokemon emerges from its Pokeball. Pokemon of different types are
What do we have for you now? Do we still have Arcanine? I'm gonna put Arcanine back in. I fully expect them to switch again, but Arcanine will at least get Scizor out of there.
The Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon.
Losing Electrode hurts, because it would have been nice to at least have one Thunder on Vaporeon.
That didn't do much. How will this newly switched
Extreme
out
speed.
Pokemon fare? The trainer's switching Pokemon. Oh, it's Vaporeon.
Kind of what I figured.
What's next? A light hit.
All right, you're going to come at us with Waterfall yourself.
How will this Pokemon switch affect the
Smoochum at least could sing and confuse it. I think I'm going to put Jinx out there because it has higher special defense. But once Jinx loses the Vaporeon, as I expect it to eventually lose, then we can put Smoochum out to try and finish it, maybe.
The Pokemon appears with a
Because Arcanine could potentially win a head-to-head with Typhlosion.
What will it do?
Beedrill could potentially beat Miltank.
Great hit.
We know Arcanine can win head-to-head with Scizor.
What impact?
And it could also win head-to-head with Articuno. Smoochum could also hit Articuno neutrally. So, really, if we can just get around Vaporeon, we have a chance. I'm going to lick once to see if we can get a paralysis. Maybe twice. Probably just once.
How's that? It's ripped by Paralysis.
All right. The game gave us something. A 30% chance. We got it in our favor. Didn't affect it this turn, but hey, we've slowed it down even more.
That was good. It's a fierce battle.
All right, let's see. It's going to be about 100 after adding stab. Reduced to like 50 versus just flat out 50 plus stab 75. Okay, confusion is our best bet here.
There's the attack. A light attack.
Ignores paralysis again.
Right. That's a hit. There it is. Knockout.
Not my week. Not my week in this.
The number of remaining Pokemon.
With it being paralyzed, though, we can go at it with Beedrill.
Pokemon is ready. Oh, it's Beedrill.
And if they switch in Scizor, we just switch in Arcanine.
They're both hanging tough.
I'm not gonna waste time with focus energy because Scizor still around. I thought about doing Pursuit there, but I wanted to be sure they'd switch. Next time around in this game of musical chairs, we'll do Pursuit.
What's next? That had no effect. How will this newly switched out Pokemon fare? This Pokemon is switching out.
At least in this game, the Vaporeon doesn't have any way of recovering. I mean, Miltank could get rid of the paralysis, but it can't recover health, is what I mean.
That didn't do much. What impact will this Pokemon
Extreme speed.
have on the battle? The Pokemon is returning to its Pokeball. The Pokemon appears with a cry. How's that? The hit glanced right off. How will
We did
the
90.
Pokemon switch affect the flow of battle?
Who do I want to get hit by a waterfall here? I think we go Smoochum.
Ready to go.
Because as I laid out,
The trainer switches
Beedrill and Arcanine could potentially beat everything else on the board. It'd be nice to have Smoochum's help, but if I had to lose one of the three,
a furious attack. Great hit. How
Psychic.
Unfair. What now? A light attack.
All right, come on. Paralysis, kick in once. Seriously, come on.
There's the shot. That inflicted some damage.
Smoochum hangs on at least.
Both Pokemon running
So
out.
we can try to be rid of Vaporeon if it doesn't... oh, I tried Quick Attack and the paralysis finally kicked in.
A psychic blast. That's it. Oh, it's
All right, we've gotten rid of Vaporeon. Miltank is now the biggest remaining threat.
what Pokemon will appear next? The Pokeball opens to reveal its
And they go with
Pokemon.
Scizor.
The opponent is weak. What an opportunity. There's a
Let's switch to Arcanine because Smoochum does
comeback
outspeed some of the remaining Pokemon.
Pokemon switch. This Pokemon is back for another go. There's the attack. That was a glancing blow.
Of course they get a critical hit since it was an ineffective hit.
Pokemon switch have on the battle.
Of course. Flame Wheel. I was gonna say, I don't even care if they switch at this point.
Returning
I had to play for the damage. Because if it ends up being Miltank, we'll want the strongest hit we can get.
this Pokemon is
Alright, it is in fact Typhlosion.
What's next? That is too much. How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of battle?
This game's got a lot of critical hits today between the 3 battles we've done.
Critical hit.
Finally, they gave me one. My goodness.
What will it do? A light hit.
Like, it's about time we got a critical hit on our side.
What now? A light attack.
Alright, come on. Don't give them another bogus critical hit on me.
What's this? That did little damage. Both combatants appear.
I was gonna say, because we'll pretty much... Alright, well, I think we're faster anyway. We're gonna have to go Flame Wheel and hope we can take it out. Okay, well, that's not the worst thing if we don't miss.
Accuracy is down. A flame wheel. Right, that's a hit.
Alright, Typhlosion goes down.
What Pokemon will appear next?
Oh, this is gonna be a rough ending here.
Oh, it's Miltank. One Pokemon is still.
We need Arcanine for Scizor.
The other one looks tired.
So I'm gonna let Smoochum go down here and we'll switch Beedrill in.
Here comes a Pokemon switch. The Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon. Oh, it's already taken considerable damage. This is worrisome. Stop! There it is! Knockout!
I'm being decimated by the amount of critical hits
Pokemon
that the computer is getting today. Like, between the 3 battles, not just this one.
From its Pokeball. The number of remaining Pokemon is 2 to 3.
Yet, when we had Scyther and used Focus Energy, we couldn't get that. It's gonna be the freaking Scizor again.
The Pokemon appears with a cry.
I should have seen that coming.
That caused no damage at all.
Should have seen that coming.
This Pokemon switch affects the flow of battle.
We have to take a chance. Because if Beedrill, like, Arcanine doesn't have enough health to take out
Pokemon.
Miltank. So, like, we have to take a chance that we survive this hit, can Flame Wheel it, and then maybe Beedrill can pull off some shenanigans late.
Low on HP.
The only hope we have is that it doesn't crit and we somehow survive this.
That was a glancing blow.
We survived it. Okay.
Too much.
Land the Flame Wheel, please.
Pokemon switch have on the
I don't care if they're switching. We got to hurt whatever's in there. I mean, it would have been more advantageous if it stayed in, but we got to do what we can do at this point. Come on, burn it. That would help immensely. No burn, of course not. All right, again, we need Arcanine for the Scizor, so I'm going to try and put Beedrill in. And I'm going to try to outsmart the game. It usually switches to Scizor. I'm going to try to get Arcanine in, and maybe we can whittle away at Miltank that way. That did more than I would have liked it to do. All right, I'm going to try to outsmart the game. This is the only chance we have is if I can call this correctly. If I can call this correctly, then we'll have a shot at Flame Wheel. And we might get to hit the Miltank again because they probably won't leave Scizor in. Nope, game called my bluff. Of course it did. So that's going to be it. That's the ball game because Scizor's just going to come in. We can't Sludge Bomb it. But that was the only chance we had was if I could call that. And of course they've switched every other time Beedrill was in, but they don't that time. Yep, I don't want to say the game cheats because that makes me sound like a sore loser. But wow, it is being brutal today. I'm going to focus energy. They're not switching still. Maybe I should have gone Sludge Bomb. All right, well, it's faster than us, so it's over anyway. Even if we would have taken it out, we couldn't beat Scizor. I'll do Sludge Bomb anyway. Just on the off chance that I don't know, game breaks or something. All right, Miltank with the knockout. Scizor did play. Articuno did not appear. Beedrill goes down. The computer defeats me again, this time 3-0. What a poor day of battling for me. Of course, again, I think the frustrating part is I'm not really doing that poorly as far as like judgment and such. But the game is being really brutal today. A lot of critical hits in favor of the computer. A lot of missed moves on my behalf while the computer has not, like, for every 1 or 2 misses the computer's had, we've had 5 or 6. So I don't really think I'm totally at fault for these losses, but it has been rough so far. Congratulations to the Minnesota Suicune. Your win streak continues, 8 in a row now. And I'll be right back with our next matchup of the day. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's our 4th battle of the day. The Pokemon Power and Nightmare after Christmas. These two teams currently both 5-5, jostling for playoff positioning. Normally, I would say that the Pokemon Power have the advantage this week because I'm at the helm. But the computer has kicked my butt in all of the previous matchups today, so it is what it is. The computer has been very generous with how often it gets critical hits so far this week. In fact, I believe in one of the battles it had 5 or 6. So I'm probably miscounting there. It's probably more like 3 or 4, but you get the idea. Way too many. Meanwhile, I believe I've had 1 or 2 total so far today, so hopefully this goes better so I don't get swept by the computer this week. But we'll see. We have this and one other match after this. As for this match, for leading off here, 2 electric types. I don't really want to start with Lapras. Execute is surprisingly viable this battle. Ursaring does have Fire Punch, but it doesn't have the best special attack. Houndoom is scary for Execute, but other than that, Execute actually surprisingly holds up well against Dugtrio this battle. Especially if Dugtrio gets lower magnitude numbers. And it holds up surprisingly well on Lantern. At least on paper, anyway. This is a tough one. I think I'm actually going to start with Execute. And if Houndoom happens to be out there to start, we just switch to Tyranitar.
The free battle is about to get underway. A hot battle involving the hopeful champs of tomorrow has just started.
It would be Houndoom to start, as I feared.
Switching Pokemon. That Pokemon must not have been the right choice.
Gee, you think announcer dude?
Oh, it's Tyranitar.
We were weak against Houndoom no matter what. We were Psychic and Grass. The Psychic was weak to Dark, and the Grass is weak to Fire. Like, it was a losing battle no matter how you looked at it.
Will this newly switched out Pokemon fare?
It could be Doug Trio coming in. My guess is it's going to be Doug Trio or Lantern. Most likely, it could be Lantern. Let's go Mud Slap in case it is.
Here comes a Pokemon switch.
If it's Doug Trio, we just go right back out to execute.
Oh, it's Lantern.
All right.
What'll it do? It appears to be impervious.
That makes things a little more interesting because Execute's more of a physical defense instead of a special defense Pokemon.
Which have on the battle.
You're gonna go Hydro Pump. Like, it'd be insane if it went with Spark. Let's go Lapras. And then next turn when it wants Spark, we'd switch in Ampharos.
Turning to its Pokeball. Oh, it's Lapras. What's this? That didn't accomplish
By the way, hit the first Hydro Pump despite that Mud Slap dropping its accuracy.
the flow of battle.
Gotta love the game. It continues. The game has not missed from Mud Slap or from Sand Attack or from Minimize or anything like that today. Whereas we just flat out miss like Thunder and Fire Blast for no reason. So, been that kind of day for those that didn't watch the first 3 battles. I was fully expecting it to paralyze us the way this has gone today. I'm gonna actually go Dynamic Punch because I expect them to switch into Doug Trio.
They're ready to go. This Pokemon
Now it's just whether or not are we lucky enough for this to actually hit Doug Trio.
Oh, it's Doug Trio. A furious attack. No.
Nope, of course not. That's how it's been today. That's how it's been today. Get Execute in there.
The trainer switching Pokemon.
We're gonna need some of that stuff to go our way to win this battle. And the game's gotta give it to us sometime, right?
How's that? It's not very effective.
And that is why I said Execute might be good this battle. Alright, Stun Spore could actually be helpful here. I'm gonna go Stun Spore, because if they go Houndour, I've done it for the second week in a row. I think I picked Houndoom instead of Houndour, am I right? They're just so daggone similar to each other. Alright, I'll be right back. Let me fix it. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I've corrected things. Second week in a row I've messed up Houndour and Houndoom in a battle. We're going to do like we did before. We're going to start Execute. Hopefully they'll start Houndour and things will be very similar to how we started the last battle. At least I caught it in time that nothing had really happened yet. Like I said, been a long week for me outside of these videos. And then getting lineups kind of late at night also doesn't help with my accuracy. All right, they started Houndour, so we can get this right now. What's funny is I even had Houndour written on paper, so I don't know how I mixed that up and picked Houndoom. All right, same idea. Let's go with Tyranitar to take the hit instead of Execute.
Switching Pokemon. That Pokemon must not have been the right
Only
choice.
problem is that Houndour has a better fire move, so if it goes Flamethrower, we could get burned.
Tyranitar.
Figures, the one time the game wasn't mercilessly beating me, I don't get to count that battle. Hey, critical hit like I was complaining about earlier.
How will
The game has done nothing but give itself critical hits all day. All day.
the sunlight has turned harsh? What'll it do? Ah! That attack just bounced off. Accuracy is down.
Oh, it won't make a difference. The game won't miss.
They're both hanging.
It didn't miss when I had 2 minimizes up in the first battle. It's not going to miss from 1 mud slap.
What's next?
Hey, look at that. It's almost like I've done 3 other battles today.
There's the attack. It withstood that easily. The target is weakened further. A hot battle is unfolding.
I don't have a choice but to leave Tyranitar in there, even though I'd love to save it for Kadabra. Give me a miss. You're not going to, but please give me one.
Oh, that's a...
Oh my gosh, it's a Christmas miracle in March.
What's this? It appears to be impervious to damage. The target stats must be in tatters. The heated action continues. How's that? That didn't accomplish much.
All right, yeah, with, 3 times that your accuracy's been lowered, of course you only miss once.
That's a hit. There
Houndour goes down.
we go.
It's basically taking out Tyranitar now, though.
Which Pokemon will join the battle now? Oh, it's Lantern.
All right, you could go with Spark or Hydro Pump here, so it's going to be a little hard to judge.
Between the two combatants.
I'm going to play it as if it's going for Hydro Pump.
This Pokemon is switching out.
50-50 guess. I'm sure I'll be wrong either way. If it goes Spark, it'll go Spark for Lapras. If it would have been Ampharos, it would have gone Hydro Pump.
What's next?
Yeah.
How powerful blow.
Yeah, that's how this game is.
How will this newly switched out Pokemon fare?
That's just how this game is today. It does not want to give me any sense of hope. I've had to dig out of a hole in every game
Pokemon switch.
so far. And even though we got the 1 knockout, we're basically in a hole already.
Oh, it's Ampharos. What'll it do?
It's going to paralyze me.
Not very effective.
All right, at least that worked out for us today.
Will this Pokemon...
Let's see if Dynamic Punch works this time around in battle.
Here comes a Pokemon switch.
It's going to be Doug Trio.
Oh, it's Dugtrio. Vicious attack.
Holy cow, we hit it this time. Just shows no Pokemon battle is
Blow of that.
ever the same. Fun fact, by the way, I replayed that Quillfish Squirtle Squad battle in between breaks here, and I won 6 consecutive times with the Quillfish. Because the game didn't go nuts and have a million critical hits.
Pokemon.
But of course, on the one that counted, the one we filmed, it went nuts against us.
How will this newly switched
Alright,
Pokemon
you
fare?
don't have... No, you do still have Houndour. No, you don't. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Because, we still have the Tyranitar, right? I wrote it down wrong. I put the X on Tyranitar and the check on Houndour. Alright, so no more Houndour. What will you switch into? It could be Ursaring. I'm going to Leech Seed. I don't think they're going to leave Dugtrio in. They are leaving it in. Odd. It got a critical hit because of course it did. I mean, what am I talking about? Of course it got the critical hit. That's all this game does. You're gonna go Slash again, so let's put Haunter in. There's no way it's gonna go Magnitude against Execute. And if it does, then that's just a guarantee that this game cheats. Like, it's proof if it goes for Magnitude here. Alright. Now you're going to go for Magnitude, which now makes sense to put Execute in. With the Leech Seed, if they don't switch Dugtrio out, we can just switch in and out like this until it goes down.
This Pokemon is back for another go. How's that?
Magnitude 9 does hurt, but we do resist ground.
How will this Pokemon
Alright, you're going to go for Slash again. If you do switch, then it doesn't matter that we're switching out anyway.
The Pokemon emerges from its Pokeball. What's this? This move appears to be useless.
Alright, 7 health left.
How will this new
You're going to go for Magnitude again. We're going to switch in Execute again.
Oh, an abrupt Pokemon switch. The Pokemon appears with a cry. The foe is weak. Now's the time to attack. What next?
Alright, it got a 7 this time.
Effective.
Execute survives. Dugtrio goes down to Execute's Leech Seed. Kind of wish we took less damage, though, so we could deal with Kadabra better, but
Pokemon for
you work with what you got.
Oh, it's Ursaring. It has
You have Fire Punch,
Brown.
so we don't want to leave Execute in against you, even though we are probably faster, believe it or not.
Power offense. Victory in a Pokemon battle. Knowing the attributes of Pokemon and devising a suitable strategy are the keys to victory. That's why Pokemon battles are
Let's go Tyranitar to take the hit on Fire Punch.
the Pokemon is
And then when Ursaring digs, we'll try to switch in Lapras.
the Pokeball opens.
Or we could switch in Execute to take the dig.
Oh, it's low on HP. There's the attack. Oh, it got
Oh, of course it burned us, like... Of course it burned us, ladies and gentlemen.
Pokemon Switch have on the battle.
Alright, get Lapras in there. Of course they got the burn on the first try.
This Pokemon is back for another go. It does
Alright.
ground. How will this Pokemon Switch affect the flow of battle?
Probably should have waited one more turn for this because we are faster. I'll just use Whirlpool because we're going to go first and miss anyway.
What would do?
If we can land a Whirlpool when it gets back up here, that's our key to winning to getting Ursaring on. A critical hit again, of course. That's just been the computer all day today.
Hanging tough.
Come on, Lapras, land this Whirlpool. It's really big.
Here comes the Pokemon Switch.
Raikou,
This Pokemon is rejoicing.
Lantern, okay. I think we actually survive a Spark. If we can land this Whirlpool, my strategy still works.
That didn't accomplish much.
No, because we would need to be out there for one extra turn. It's not going for Hydro Pump. I can guarantee that much. Go Ampharos.
Ready to go. The trainer's switching Pokémon.
But yeah, it's had at least 2 critical hits this battle. We had a critical hit Slash on Dugtrio, which at least Slash has a high chance of critical hit. I can believe that. But, yeah.
What impact will this Pokémon switch?
Dynamic Punch.
What's that? No, that's
All right, we got lucky there. Can we get lucky here?
there's the attack.
All right.
Come confused.
Dynamic Punch hits.
A hot battle is on.
With that being the case, let's try a Zap Cannon.
It's utterly confused.
We can land a Zap Cannon on the next turn. That'd be awesome.
Oh, that's
I was going to say, if we got back-to-back, that's nuts.
a fierce battle.
Zap Cannon again.
Aha! It's confused.
Wow, it was an awfully quick confusion game.
What'll it do? Yes, it's a hit.
Awfully quick confusion.
Serious attack. Oh my! Missed again. Sparks are flying from both competitors.
We're not in good shape here. Because we can't seem to land a hit.
How's that? Hit. That inflicted some damage.
All right, Ampharos, you survived. Come on, one more chance.
Oh, that missed too.
0 for 3 on the Zap Cannon. We lost 3 coin tosses in a row. 3 coin tosses in a row. And they were only confused for 1 turn.
That's a hit.
But again, that's the day it's been. You look at all the battles, and that's how our luck has been. They don't stay confused. They don't get statused. They don't get critical hits against them.
Pokémon.
All right, Execute. I'm trying to save Haunter. Let's see if you can get some of your health back here.
Pokémon is rejoining the battle. They're both hanging tough.
I want you to Leech Seed whatever comes in. If it's Lantern or something, it's going to still be Lantern, okay?
What's that? How powerful.
So you know how I was just talking about critical hits?
Knockout.
The game, I don't know if there's something wrong with the coding or what, but all it is getting today are critical hits. Like, they're...
The Pokémon appears
You can't make this up. Like, again, I don't claim that this game cheats, but holy cow, like,
all-out power offense doesn't.
it can't get critical hit. It shouldn't be getting critical hits as often as it's getting them.
There's the attack. It's super effective.
It is odd that it stayed in to take the hit from the Giga Drain there, though. Come on, miss or something. Make up for all those crits.
That inflicted some damage. A hot battle is on.
Yep, the game has decided before the battle even begun who was going to win this.
There, Giga Drain.
That's what it has felt like in every battle today.
Down it goes.
You could have a team of 6 Mewtwo's, and this game has decided that you're going to lose.
What Pokémon will
All right, come on. We got a chance here.
the Pokéball opens to reveal its Pokémon?
Okay, are you going to go dig? Because otherwise it doesn't make sense that you came out here.
Continues.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll take the free health from Giga Drain here. We'll get some health and then retreat.
What'll it do? The hit glanced right off.
Yep, you're going to dig. Okay.
It dug its way underground.
All right, let's see. What's left here?
These Pokémon are equally fit. There's plenty of fight left in both of
All
them.
right, for Raikou, we're just going to have to outmuscle it. Ursaring doesn't have a whole lot to deal with the rest of these guys. And then, of course, Kadabra will be a nightmare. All right, let's put Lapras in. Surely it won't get a crit dig on us twice, right?
Pokémon switch.
Right?
This Pokémon is back for another go. What's next? A light hit. will this newly switched out
Perish
Pokemon
song.
fare?
At least make it so Ursaring can't just stay out there and rest for forever.
Both Pokemon will faint in 3 turns. It continues to
Alright, sweet. It's going to be underground for at least one of those turns.
There's a big HP difference between the 2 combatants.
Missed. Why not?
It enshrouded itself in mist. There's Dig. Right. That's
Alright, Ursaring takes out Lapras.
down it goes.
Oh, I felt like I've been battling with my hands tied all day here. Like, just, the game doesn't want to give us anything that could even possibly be in our favor. Haunter.
They're ready to go.
It's gonna make it dig again, which if it does, then it's gonna die to Perish count. The Perish count for sure.
Both battlers still look fresh and ready.
Giga Drain.
How's that? That did little damage. It dug its way underground.
Alright, Lapras may still come in handy for us here.
Perish song counts
Because
down
he'll
to
die at
1.
the end of next turn, the Ursaring.
It's a fierce battle.
I guess we're going to go Tyranitar here. Because with its burn and the fact that Raikou has, not only is faster than it to begin with, but has quick attack, Tyranitar's going down anyway in that matchup.
The Pokemon appears.
So Tyranitar will take the fall, but Ursaring will go down as well.
Tough it out. What now? That's it. Oh, it has no strength left. The next Pokemon needs.
Does it not count? Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? They don't count the Perish song count if there's a knockout?
Oh, it's Alex.
Come on, game. Come on, game. Really?
Oh, no.
Okay, there we go. I was going to say, you got to be kidding me.
Down it goes.
Right. Well, I'm assuming since I had to pick Alakazam first that they're going to put Raikou out here.
Of the next Pokemon. Oh, it's Raikou.
Of course.
2 Pokemon remain on each side. Sparks are flying from both teams.
Man. I should have done Haunter, because then we would have been okay against either. Because Haunter always has the Destiny Bond strat, but that doesn't work when you're the last Pokemon remaining.
They're eyeing each other warily.
I'm going to have to do it. We'll put Haunter out there. Worst case scenario, maybe we can Destiny Bond the Raikou. And then it'll be Kadabra versus Alakazam down the stretch here.
The Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon. A furious
Not the best scenario, but that's what we've got.
that inflicted some damage. Newly switched out
If we can get
Pokemon
Destiny
fare.
Bond off, we can do this. It's going to take us out unless it gets a low roll.
Great hit.
That was our only chance. This one's over.
Go.
That's unfortunate.
Just 1 Pokemon remains.
Unfortunate.
On is back for another.
We can put that. That is something that I messed up on. I should have put Haunter out there first. I got flustered and distracted by the fact that
Real
in nowadays games, the Perish count would happen first, and then you would select your Pokemon. I got thrown off my game by having to select first, made the wrong selection. That part's on me. I'm just explaining what happened in my head. Got a little thrown off my game by that.
They're eyeing each other warily.
I might have to Kinesis here just to even have a chance.
The trainer hasn't issued a
I hate having to rely on something like Kinesis, but we don't have a choice. We'll try one Kinesis. If it misses, we're going to lose anyway.
No, the move failed.
That's just been the game today. The game has decided every battle from the start
That was good.
that I was just not going to hit anything. They're going to get a million critical hits against me. Like,
Yes, it's a hit.
the game has just decided that we don't get a chance. We don't get to play the game today.
Sparks are flying.
Psybeam could confuse, but the game's not going to give it to us. It hasn't given it to us all day.
Combatant
It's not going to give it to us now.
there's the attack. That inflicted some damage.
It still isn't going to hit itself.
Oh no, an attack.
All right. I mean, we're still going to lose because we lose the head-to-head to
He did that.
Kadabra now. But we can make it closer, I guess. Oh, look at that! Conveniently, it's already not confused anymore.
The hit glanced right off.
I mean, I know I'm complaining a lot,
That's a hit.
but if you can't understand why I'm complaining, then you don't know Pokemon. Critical hits are only supposed to happen about 2% of the time.
Pokemon left for battle.
And the computers had at least double digits at this point
Kadabra.
today.
This is the last Pokemon.
Kinesis is 80% accurate. Yeah, there's a chance it could miss, but you know what? You know what else is 80% accurate? Hydro Pump. Guess what only missed once in this battle? Hydro Pump. Oh, and don't forget the game got a critical hit on Hydro Pump to take out Execute earlier. So, I know it may sound like I'm complaining a lot, but there's reason for it.
Warily.
I guess we just Psybeam and hope we confuse it. And if it hits itself in confusion, we can go with Thief the next turn. Because we can't beat it in one hit, even with a critical hit Thief here.
What's this? Oh, that was weak.
Yep, that's the ball game.
There, Thunder Punch.
Ugh.
It's a hit.
Well,
The last Pokemon.
I don't believe that anyone this week has had a well-deserved win, and that's not an insult to the teams that are winning. This week has just been the computer has decided it wins no matter what. So it's not so much the lineups that people have selected. It's just if you were lucky enough to be on the computer side this week. That's not to take anything away from Nightmare. Congratulations on the win. But Nightmare's lineup wasn't better than the Powers. In fact, if anything, I'd say the Power had the advantage looking at on paper. I don't think that Smoochum had a better lineup than Squirtle. I don't think that Suicune had a better lineup than Smoochum. Although I will give Suicune credit for having Scizor. That hurt Beedrill's chances. And I don't think Squirtle had a better lineup than me, as evidenced by the fact that I did 6 battles off camera and won all 6 that weren't being filmed. So, for whatever reason, the computer has just decided it's going to win this week. And that's where we are so far. We do have one more match. I don't have high hopes for it changing my luck because the computer has very much been manipulating the luck this week. But I got one more match anyway. We'll see how it goes. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Last matchup of the day. I'm excited to get done with this because this has been a miserable week. The computer is kicking my butt today. Doesn't matter how well thought out my strategy is. The game decides that everything is going to work for it, whether it be 30%, 80%, whatever, that it can't miss anything. It gets a critical hit all the time, despite critical hit being a 2% chance. And we can't do anything. That's just how it's been today. That's how it's been in all 4 matchups. It's as if the game has decided from the get-go, I don't care what your roster is. I could have had 6 Mewtwo's in some of these fights and I would have lost. That's just how it's playing it. So I don't have high hopes of winning this one, but I'm going to give it my best shot because I don't want to be swept, but I think the game decided but before I even started the first battle today that I was getting swept this week. We'll see. Certainly feels that way. From what we got to fight against here, I think I lead Tentacruel, and we go from there.
This free battle is about to get underway.
Been an ugly, ugly day.
Champs of tomorrow has just started.
And what's funny about it is the teams winning, I would argue in all 4 cases that the teams that won had the worst lineups. Like, where this kind of luck was the only thing that was going to make them win. So that has also made it more frustrating that the worst teams are winning. All right. I think for Gloom here, I'm going to put in Zubat.
Go into battle pose.
Poison and Flying if it does go with Solar Beam.
That Pokemon must not have been the right choice. Oh, it's Zubat. The other trainer is
All right, they're switching as well. Oddly enough.
Oh, it's Magneton.
All right, we didn't really want to see you right now.
What impact will this Pokemon switch have on the battle?
I'm going to put Magikarp in, and then we'll put Wobbuffet in to use Mirror Coat.
Another Pokemon switch.
Although I know this game cheats, it seems like, with Wobbuffet. I guarantee you when I pick Mirror Coat, it's going to go with Swift. And when I pick Counter, it's going to go with Thunder.
Here it comes. Thunder. No, that didn't connect.
Oh my gosh, Magikarp's alive.
Pokemon switch affects the flow of battle.
Tackle. Are they... You're kidding me, right? Gengar?
The Pokemon emerges from its
Why glue? Why again?
What's next? That did little damage.
We got a critical... Hey, we got a critical hit in our favor today. Woo! Like, I mean...
Fair.
Good gosh, like... For those of you that didn't watch the first 4 battles, I highly encourage you go watch the first 4 battles, and you will understand why I'm being as cynical as I'm being. Because, the game basically just... Again, it's not going to let me play the game today. It's decided that I would lose no matter what I did.
Building up power for its next attack.
Well, on the bright side, since you're solar beaming, that means you're stuck in here this turn.
Will this Pokemon
Um,
have on the battle?
Wing attack.
There's the attack. Drilled a weakness. What'll it do? That didn't do much.
All right, last time it was Zubat and Gloom. They switched. I'm going to confuse Ray in case it's Magneton again. They stayed in. I should have gone Wing attack. Darn it.
You, Ray. It's become
Oh, well, maybe... We haven't been lucky today so far, but maybe we'll get lucky here. There we go.
confused.
Now it's going to switch when I go for Wing attack.
The trainer's switching Pokemon.
Again, that's just the day it's been. That's just the day it's been.
This Pokemon is rejoining the battle.
In my younger days, I would have thrown my controller by now.
Very effective.
In my younger days, I would have thrown my controller by now.
The flow of battle.
Thankfully, I am more used to video game nonsense nowadays, but... Oh, man.
The Pokemon appears with a cry.
Sorry, Magikarp. Somebody has to take the hit.
That struck home.
Oh, my. Magikarp lost to Magneton. Who would have seen that coming?
What Pokemon will appear next?
All right, Wobbuffet.
Oh, it's Wobbuffet. Will this
Okay, if the game picks Swift this turn, it's cheating.
Pokemon of different
Like, if it picks Swift, it's just flat out cheating.
They prepare for battle. King. Miracle. Oh, that's a miss.
All right.
Switched out Pokemon fair.
Jumpluff, I guess. We need Wobbuffet specifically for Magneton. Because if the game doesn't cheat against Magneton, we can, when we're fighting Magneton, we can Mirror Coat and beat it that way. Come on. You know, I'm actually quite surprised that missed because of how everything else has gone today. Let's Stun Spore it. We can try Paraflinching it. Oh my gosh, we got it to miss twice. Does the game actually remember how numbers and percentages work? It's going to be Gengar now that I'm headbutting.
Oh, it's Gengar.
Really, game?
There's the attack. This move appears to be useless.
I'm going to go Stun Spore again. I know they're going to try to put me to sleep. But if we could slow down Gengar, that'd be great. They're switching again, okay. Weird. Odd. I mean, we can slow it down in this generation, but weird switch. Really weird switch. Alright, headbutt this thing. Come on, Paraflinch. Neither, and it's going to, of course, get the Sludge Bomb off. 30% chance to flinch, 30% chance to be paralyzed. For those of you that don't know math, statistically that comes out to about 51%. 51% chance there that it doesn't do anything, and then it lands a super effective Sludge Bomb. Yep. Like I said, it's been that kind of week. It's going to land it again. I know it. There we go. Okay, I was going to say, if it gets 2 in a row on a 49% chance, I'm going to lose it. All right, Gloom goes down. And at least Nidoking has been slowed down. All right, you're going to use Nightshade.
Sparks are flying from both competitors.
Wobbuffet will be kind of safe from that.
Here comes a Pokemon switch. This Pokemon is rejoining the battle. What's next? That did little damage.
I should switch Wobbuffet out because I forgot that for some reason counter doesn't work on ghost types in this generation. I don't know why that's not the case again nowadays, but all right. Well, let's see. Gloom's gone. So there's actually not a whole lot of reason for Zubat now. Let's get Zubat out there. Zubat has enough health. It takes more than 2 Nightshades to get rid of it. We can confuse Ray Gengar and at least give us a fighting chance against it.
Uh-oh, it fell asleep.
60% chance. Of course it works on the first try. Why wouldn't it? I'll take that, actually. A free turn, because this is the only turn that we have to be asleep. So I will take that. This is less exciting, but, like, it means Zubat might wake up later on. Get Wobbuffet back in.
This Pokemon is switching out. The Pokemon emerges from its Pokeball. How's that? That didn't accomplish much.
All right, game's going to switch. I guarantee you it's going to switch, or it's going to do something so that our Mirror Coat doesn't work here. Yep, it's going to attract.
Hey, it became attracted to the opponent.
Yeah, of course we fought through it the turn that it didn't attack us.
That missed. A hot battle is unfolding.
Yep, it's going to do everything it can to avoid hitting us right now.
No, that didn't connect.
Swagger missed. I would imagine it's going to swagger again.
What now? Oh, that missed too. Sparks are flying from both competitors.
I don't think it's going to attack this turn, so I'm just going to use Safeguard. I know Swagger will hit us before we can get Safeguard up, but instead of wasting Mirror Coat.
Confusion made it tougher.
I mean, that tracks. That tracks today. We're going to be confused for like 5 turns when the opponents have not been confused for longer than a turn all day.
The trainer's switching Pokemon. The Pokemon appears with a cry. What next? Oh, that's a miss. What impact will this Pokemon switch have on the battle? The Pokemon is returning to its Pokeball. This Pokemon is rejoining the battle. It's asleep on the job. What's this? Great hit.
All right, we can turn the battle around if we can get lucky enough to wake up here and confuse Ray. I doubt we will,
Here comes the Pokemon.
but if we are lucky enough, we can turn the battle around here.
The Pokemon emerges from its
Come on, Zubat.
It woke up. How's that? It's become confused.
There we go.
How will this Pokemon switch affect the flow of battle?
I gotta stay in. I have to. Just in case it does hit itself. Or if they switch.
Pokemon.
Alright, come on, be Gengar. Let me have a free shot at it.
This Pokemon is back for another go.
Should have confused. Well, then again, why would I confuse Ray when it's already confused, right?
There's the attack.
Interesting that the Abra ran away from Zubat, because it would have totally
Pokemon
taken us out.
on the battle. They're eyeing each other warily.
I think I have to leave Zubat in and hope that they miss Thunder. We're faster than Magneton. Okay, that makes this interesting. Alright, it's confused and has a chance to miss.
Oh,
Alright.
with attack itself.
Gosh, if Zubat beat Magneton, that'd be the upset of the century. Game, if you're ever going to give us some crits, now's the time to give them to us.
What would do? Oh, that was weak. Aha! It's
One turn again, ladies and gentlemen. We have not had a single battle today in which the computer has been confused for more than one turn.
knockout.
I mean, I've had confusion last 5 or 6 turns, like 4 or 5 turns before, I mean. So, kind of ridiculous that every single time it only lasts one turn.
The Pokeball opens to reveal its Pokemon. Pokemon. They're both hanging tough.
I'm sure they're going to switch. I'm going to pick Safeguard, and then they're going to decide not to switch because they know I picked Safeguard. I hate this game. I hate this game. I totally called it, too. I guarantee if I picked Mirror Coat, they would have switched. But the game cheats on both sides with Wobbuffet. When the game has Wobbuffet, it guesses right every time. When you have Wobbuffet, it makes sure that you're wrong every time. Unreal. I'm going to Destiny Bond on the off chance it actually misses its attack this turn. That's fine, too. We'll Destiny Bond, so whatever comes in, when it kills me, it goes down, too.
Oh, it's Golem.
Alright, bye, Golem, after you hit us once.
It's trying to take the opponent with it. How will this newly switched out Pokemon fare?
It's gonna go Harden because it doesn't want to hit us after Destiny Bond.
Trying to take the opponent with it. One Pokemon is still capable of going
This
up.
game cheats so much.
Tired. It's still padding its stats.
But if I switch something in, it's going to,
Take the opponent.
it's gonna attack.
There's a big
Watch, I'm going to switch in Psyduck,
combat.
and it is going to obliterate Psyduck.
This Pokemon is switching out.
Because it knows I'm not using Destiny Bond.
Oh, it's Psyduck.
Alright, alright. For once, the game made sense, and all those defense boosts won't matter against a water attack.
What impact will this Pokemon
Alright, Surf.
have on the battle?
Oh, I couldn't unpsych up to copy its defensive changes. Oh well. Golem goes down in one hit.
Brings it down. The next Pokemon needs to be prepared.
It's gonna be Magneton.
The Pokemon emerges from its Pokeball. Will this battler live up to expectations?
Alright, Zubat was faster than it.
Different
Maybe we can get lucky and Psyduck will be faster too. I doubt it.
doesn't guarantee victory in a Pokemon battle.
Figures. We have Dig if it somehow misses us.
What's this? No, that didn't connect.
Oh my goodness, really?
It dug its way underground.
Actually, Dig's good against everything left.
A hot
Nidoking, Gengar, and Magneton don't want any part of it. Abra gets hit pretty hard by it. Can Psyduck, pull, of all things, pull this back for us?
missed again. Vicious attack. Drilled a weakness. One Pokemon is still capable of going up.
Alright, you're gonna use Thunder here.
Fire.
Let's say Jump Pluff can even outspeed it now, potentially. So we could try Stun Sporing it and save Psyduck.
They're eyeing each other warily.
I think I'm gonna put Wobbuffet in. Sack it off. I don't think we're gonna get lucky enough for it to miss a Thunder again on Psyduck. That was a big break, though. The game finally gave us a break.
Pokemon is back for another go. Oh, it's low.
Don't get me wrong, it's still incredibly stacked in the computer's favor, but it at least put us at 1% chance to win.
That's a hit. Oh, it collapsed.
Alright. We'll get Jump Pluff in there to try and slow it down.
Found a new Pokemon.
If they do put in Gengar or Abra instead, we'll slow one of them down.
The Pokemon appears with a cry.
We can slow it down, which would make it so Psyduck could take out Magneton.
It's a fierce battle.
But I'm sure the game will have us miss because that's how it's been today.
How's that? It's gripped by Piranha.
Okay, thank you, game.
Ah, it can.
Okay, also thank you, game.
The heated action continues.
Paraflinch, because we're not going to do enough damage with Mega Drain to take it out.
What's this? That didn't accomplish much.
Paraflinch not working today, huh? Despite the 51% chance. We got one Paraflinch today. But again, at least it's slowed down. That's still big.
There's a distinct difference in the number of remaining Pokémon for each side. The Pokéball opens to reveal its Pokémon. There's a big HP difference.
All right, Psyduck, take it out, please.
There's the shot. That's it. Oh, and down it goes.
It's a shame. If we didn't have Magikarp and we actually had a 6th Pokemon on this team, we'd probably have a good chance of winning this.
Back for another.
But we're fighting 6 on 5 every week with this team.
Remaining Pokémon is 2 to 3, but it's still early.
Swagger, that's our only chance. We got to confuse it.
A sharp attack. That inflicted some damage.
Like I said, it's our only chance. We got to confuse it. And we got to hope it's actually confused for more than a turn.
Fusion made it tougher. Sparks are flying from both competitors.
Dig, if we get the chance.
Oh no, it attacked itself.
Because since it's faster than us, it won't get to hit us next turn anyway. Even if it does break out of confusion. Ideally, if it can hit itself one more time, Dig could finish it off.
There's the
Glad I went underground.
That's a miss. How's that? Great hit.
Alright, it's going to break out of confusion, I'm sure. I'm going to dig again, though.
It's still
Alright, the reason I'm digging again is that... Oh, I was hoping it would go... Because if it did go down, we'd be underground to
round again.
hit Gengar or Nidoking super effective when they come out.
Both hanging tough.
Which might still be the case if Aber beats itself. It's not confused anymore. Okay. So the game finally was confused for more than a turn, and look at what happened. We took a Pokemon out.
There's Dig. Right, that's a hit. Oh, it has no strength left.
It's almost like when this game plays by the numbers
Out a new Pokémon.
that I have a chance, and it looks like I know what I'm doing.
On is rejoining the battle.
All right, we do have enough health
Fierce battle.
that if it doesn't put us to sleep, we could potentially
Ready to
hit
go.
it with Dig or something. It went Nightshade, so we do have a chance to swagger and confuse it.
Hit. That was good. It managed to hang in there.
Because I think with Nidoking being paralyzed, we are going to have a chance there.
There's a big HP difference.
90% accurate move, ladies and gentlemen, but the game decides it was it needed to snuff out any chance we had of winning. I can't say I'm surprised. I really can't say I'm surprised. Look at the other battles today. Everything works out in the computer's favor today.
Yes, it's a hit. There it is. Knockout. There's only one Pokémon left.
And I know I'm going to get complaints from the people whose teams lost under my control today
Pokéball.
because they're only going to watch their battle instead of all 5.
A hot
The computer has done this in every battle. It is not my fault. The computer has been nuts today. Bubble Beam's the only thing I can do because it's part poison. Barrier won't help against Nightshade. We need to miss Hypnosis and us to maybe get a critical hit.
Uh-oh, it fell asleep.
60% accurate move that's 2 for 2, by the way.
Move.
Meanwhile, we missed a 90% accurate move.
The action one-sided. Whoa, what a nightmare! It fell into a nightmare. It woke up.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Okay, so wasted turn from Gengar.
What's next? I like that.
Come on, you stupid thing. Go for Hypnosis again and miss for once. Let us get our free hit on you.
There's the attack. Oh, that's a miss.
Holy cow. This game is really good at making you think you have a chance.
The hit lands right
Hey, you know what would be great? If we could actually get one of those critical hits now.
Okay.
Like, if we could get one of those, it would go down this turn. But I guarantee we won't get one.
What would do? Oh my! Missed again.
2 missed hypnosises in a row, though.
What now? A light hit.
All right. Surely we're not going to be lucky enough for it to miss a third time. If it does, we have a chance one-on-one with Nidoking.
How's that? Uh-oh, it fell asleep.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that coming.
It's fast asleep and can't be.
But maybe it'll go Nightmare and we'll wake up again.
How will this nap affect this battle?
It did go Nightmare. Come on, game.
It fell into a nightmare. Ah, it can't move.
All right, well, let's get a Nightshade next turn, so we're dead.
The big ape
Basically, like, Nidoking's gonna beat us because we're not gonna one-shot it without a crit. We have to wake up this turn. If Nightmare hits us, we lose.
still won't wake up. It can't awaken from its nightmare.
Like I said, the game's good at giving you false hope.
Signs of fatigue. The finishing blow. Wham!
Well, as bad as this battle was, I'll say the same thing I've said the last, like, 6 weeks for Magikarp. If you had a real 6th Pokemon, maybe we have a chance here. You know, if we had something else waiting in the wing there, maybe it comes in, beats Gengar, and then we have a paralyzed Nidoking to try and defeat. I mean, if we had Slowking. If we had Slowking instead of Magikarp, this battle's totally different. But, I gotta play with what I'm given. Congratulations on My Little Ponyta for winning. The computer, I know it doesn't technically cheat, but boy, it does skew things in its favor some weeks, and this was definitely one of those weeks, as I was swept in all 5 battles. Well, swept as in, like, I lost all 5. I wasn't swept in all 5. Outrageous, honestly. This was one of the harder weeks to swallow. I guarantee you I could do these fights over and probably get different results in at least 4 of them. Like I said, I've done battles. I've done the Quillfish battle off screen about a dozen times now, and the Quillfish have won every single time because there wasn't a bunch of critical hits or random statuses like Charizard getting the burn on Quillfish, or not missing once when Quillfish was under minimize. But, you know, I mean, that's how Pokemon is. Like, stuff can happen that only has a 2% chance of happening. Now, granted, the computer made those 2% critical hits happen like 20 times. But that's Pokemon battling. You gotta love it and hate it sometimes. This is a week where I hate it. Future week, I might sweep the computer and I'll love it. You know, so really rough. This one hurts me a lot this week, especially with everything I've had to go through prior to the battling this week. But, yeah, I mean, it happens. I do think, except for in the Magikarp versus Ponyta battle, that the team I was in control of had the better lineup in all 4 of those matchups. And I do think the computer manipulating the luck determined all 4 of those matchups. I did make a crucial mistake in the Power Nightmare game where I picked Alakazam instead of Haunter at one point. But the way things were going this week, I absolutely believe that if I picked Haunter first, the correct move, that Haunter would have been paralyzed. It would have been fully paralyzed and not gotten Destiny Bond off, and we would have been right where we were anyway. So, I'm more frustrated than upset because I feel like all those battles were winnable. I mean, most of them were 1-0 finals. It's just the game decided, kind of like the Gengar Tentacruel there at the end, the game decided to, that it was going to win in all the close, the crucial moments of the battles. All right, all that being said, my ranting out of the way, I'll be right back with our updated standings here in just a moment. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. I've had a few moments to kind of calm down after the savage beating I took from the computer today. Still can't really believe it happened. The computer very rarely sweeps me. And when it does, it's usually a week like this where it was very clear that the computer wanted to win. I'll put it that way. It was very clear that the computer wanted to get its fair share of wins this week. But here's our updated standings. We've got My Little Pony Toss still out in first. Minnesota Suicune keeping up with their 8-game win streak now. Hanging in there at second. The Quillfish now falling to third with a 7-4 record. Although, again, I feel like that battle could have gone a lot differently today. But, oh well. Nightmare After Christmas now by tiebreaker in the 4th spot. Smooch 'em or Lose 'em in the 5th spot. Pokemon Power just a game out of the playoffs at the moment. Again, I feel like that game should have gone differently as well. But nonetheless, right there in the playoff mix. Squirtle Squad also still very much in the mix, only 2 games out. The Magikarp Crew Crusaders, they're running out of games. We play 16. Right now, the top spot is 6. So actually, mathematically speaking, the Magikarp Crusaders have been officially eliminated from the playoffs. I do not have the X updated on this. I will in the future. But the Magikarp Crew Crusaders, even if they won all of their remaining games, would not make the playoffs now. They could potentially pass the Squirtle Squad and not be last place, but they are now out of the playoff race with 5 weeks to go. I'm now 28-16 against the computer. Not real great, but how often am I going to have weeks like this, you know? So that's where the standings are right now. We go down to the statistics. We've got the, for the Minnesota Suicune. Something happened there. Okay, there we go. For the Minnesota Suicune, Espeon and Zapdos still lead the way. Miltank is making its way up the list, though. And they've just done a great job. They've used repeat lineups, but you never know when they're going to change said lineups, and they've been a little unpredictable that way, and they continue to win. Magikarp Crew Crusaders, again, I think that the Magikarp team has enough good Pokemon to get wins. I mean, I almost won this week with them. But I think they need to put more thought into their lineups. And I don't mean that as like a giant negative like it probably sounds, but stuff like, for example, Wobbuffet. When you should use Wobbuffet when the computer is your team, because the computer never guesses wrong. When you use Wobbuffet when I'm in control, the computer's going to make sure I'm always wrong, even if my most educated guess would be right against another human. So you should not pick Wobbuffet when I'm in control. So like little things like that would make a difference. I do understand using Magikarp. It's like their mission statement that they want to use Magikarp in the fight, so I do understand that. And I'm not going to get on them as much for that. But if we could get a right combination of the other 5, then you could get a win and avoid going 0-16. Smooch 'em or Lose 'em. Picked up a win and picked up a loss today. Beedrill's still looking pretty good. Electrode's hanging out all right. The teams are hanging in there together. We saw a lot more Jinx and Smoochum today. The Smoochum actually faring better than Jinx so far this season, which is interesting seeing as Jinx was an MVP candidate in the past. Squirtle Squad. Disappointed that my Quillfish lost to them today, especially after replaying the battle several times and not even coming close to losing any of the other times. I think the closest battle in any of the replays was maybe a 2-0 victory. Most of them were 3 or 4-0 victories. So very upset that the one time I lost was, of course, the one time that counted. But, you know, a lot happened in that game. There were a lot of critical hits. Charizard didn't miss a single time when Quillfish was under Minimize. It got a burn despite the Minimize. I mean, just a lot of stuff happened that would be hard to repeat. But again, that's Pokemon. That stuff's going to happen. If you're the Squirtle Squad, you're stoked. Because, hey, I got the one win. I got my to use a college football reference, I got my Appy State over Michigan win. So, like, it happens. And that's part of the greatness of Pokemon. It just sucks for me because I was on the wrong end of that greatness. But their team, very strong mix. The only thing I can notice so far is there is a pattern that Jolteon and Raichu tend to play a lot. But, I mean, again, it's working for them. So, like, for the most part. So, I can't complain too much. Pokemon Power, awesome lineup this week. I really tried my best. I do honestly believe, though, even though I messed up with playing Alakazam instead of Haunter, I think we would have lost anyway. Because, as I was saying at the end of the Ponyta battle, I think that the way this game went, all the games went today, if I would have led with Haunter, the correct choice at the end instead of Alakazam, then Raikou would have just paralyzed Haunter. It would have been fully paralyzed and not gotten Destiny Bond off anyway, and it would have lost just the same, and we would have had the same situation. I very much believe that because that's how every match went today. You can argue, oh, well, there was only a such and such percent chance Spark would paralyze. No, it was 100% today. It was going to happen. I know in the deepest part of my heart it was going to happen, so I feel less bad about that mistake because the game just decided who was going to win in pretty much all these matchups today. Ampharos didn't help. I mean, that is Ampharos for you. I've had it before. I even had it on last year's team that won. Ampharos is a jack of all trades. It's going to have weeks where it's amazing, and it's going to have weeks where it doesn't do anything. This week, besides landing one dynamic punch, it didn't do anything. Lapras actually helped with its Perish song, and it would have been more bulky if it wasn't for the critical hit it took. Execute did a great job, and it would have been around longer if it didn't take the critical hit that it took. So I think Power picked a very good lineup. Just unfortunately, the computer was absolutely 100% dead set on being against me this week. My Little Ponyta, despite my feelings of the computer, a very well picked lineup because even if things would have gone differently between Gengar and Tentacruel at the end of the game, Nidoking just has to land either a Thunder or two, depending on how much damage Gengar had done, or it would have just needed one Horn Drill. So who knows how that turns out. I think it still would have very much been in the Ponyta's favor, even if I managed to get around Gengar at the end. But I didn't get around Gengar at the end, and Gengar keeps up its very strong MVP candidacy for this season. I mean, 13 knockouts to 4 feints. I mean, there are other Pokemon, such as, we'll get to Kadabra here in a minute. Kadabra's only fainted 3 times, but it's also only shown up in 7 matches officially. Same with Espeon. It's only shown up in 7 matches officially. The fact that Gengar has shown up in double-digit battles and only had 4 feints, like, it's got it. I mean, I know right now it would have my vote for MVP. Speaking of MVP candidates, Kadabra, again, 9-3. Did its job today, cleaning up at the very end of the battle. Lantern was helped out by a critical hit. Probably should have gone down sooner than it did. It was still a good battle. I mean, when I say I thought the Power had the better lineup, I don't mean that Nightmares wasn't good. I just felt like if I was going to rate them on a scale of 1 to 10, I thought Powers was a 9, 9.5, and that Nightmare was an 8.5 or a 9. You know, like it wasn't too much worse, but I did think it was worse. But hey, they got the win, and that's all that really matters in the grand scheme of things. And they're a formidable opponent. I hate that I'm only a game ahead of them in the standings now, because for those that don't know, we have a bit of a rivalry between the two of us in everything we do, not just Pokemon. So the fact that Nightmare's only a game behind, I'm very worried they're going to catch me and pass me. Or worse, if we have to play each other in the first round of the playoffs or something. So yay, that possibility's opened up now. Quinwood Quillfish, disappointed in how it turned out. Like I said, I redid the battle a few times, and it wasn't near as close any other time. Also, would have been nice if I could have used Macargo this week. Macargo would have decimated Charizard, Ninetales, Venusaur, and Togepi. Like, 4 of the 6 would have had trouble. but I didn't get the move in time, so I couldn't use it. It'll be a good asset moving forward, though. Mischievous still leads the pack with 9 knockouts. Diglett now 7-4. Quillfish got the raw end of the deal today with its minimize and not really being able to do anything despite having all that evasiveness. But hey, as I mentioned, Pokemon battles, like, you're going to have times where minimize makes it so they can't hit you the whole battle, and you're going to have times where the game ignores it, like today, and that's how it goes. Upcoming matchups for this next week, we've got the Pokemon Power will be controlled by me against the Quinwood Quillfish. We've got the Magikarp Crew Crusaders will be controlled by me against the Minnesota Suicune. Nightmare After Christmas will be controlled by me against the Squirtle Squad. And Smooch 'em or Lose 'em will be controlled by me against the Ponyta. And then after that, we will keep going. Like I said, rest of the season, no more double headers, just singular matches the rest of the way. And if you liked what you saw here today, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, you know, that YouTube nonsense. And I'll see you guys next week for another week of the Pokemon Stadium 2 Draft League, and hopefully I do better next week. All right, see you then. Bye-bye.